Hello viewer and listener, once again welcome to Mziwanda YouTube channel, whereby we're still focusing on women and politics, and today I'm joined by two youngsters and also the amazing thing is that today I have a co-host, so time is not gonna be tough for me, things are just going to move smoothly. Today we are going to focus on women and politics. Or we have something to show you here.
Yeah.
What is it?
Nina Power.
Meaning women in power. Hope you'll enjoy the show. To begin with an introduction from my guests today, I'll let my co-host introduce them.
So good afternoon. Thank you for joining us in Mziwanda YouTube channel. I'll allow our guests introduce themselves from my far right as they come.
Thank you very much. My name is Kibet, and unfortunately I'm the only man in this show, but no worries, we are speaking about women in politics. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm Jacky. Yeah, I'm grateful for the invitation. Yeah, I'm in for your discussion. I love politics.
Yeah, so thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for making time to be with us. We appreciate. So just to kick off the show, my first question goes to Kibet.
Yes.
What is your motivation as a leader, or what is your motivation in politics as you?
First of all, I can say I've been in politics now for a very long time, because I started participating in politics actually when I was 7 years old, so that is when I keenly started following politics. My interest in politics is to see that our interests are being presented by the right people. And one thing that really drives me in politics is that I want to see things being done in the right way.
Mm-hmm.
That is something that I must say that really drives me hard in politics.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And to our sister, what's her take on the same question?
Personally, I'm a lover of politics. I've been in politics for such a long time. From back 2011 when I was in class 6, that is when I felt that something is driving me into politics, and so I decided maybe I can get some people, some mentors who can guide me on that. And what drives me into politics mostly is to see to it that we as citizens, our interests are being undertaken in the right way. Like maybe the less fortunate people, they mostly need to be considered, and which is not being followed in most of the cases.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, you see today, Nicole, politics is in the air. It's
Jeez.
Politics and politics.
I
but
smell it in
let
the
us
air.
include leadership in it.
Exactly.
I have another question, Jacky. What's your take on women and leadership?
Women and leadership, I can say that we women are given a full chance to venture into politics. But what hinders most of us in it is that we as women, we don't support each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like most women take it that my fellow women cannot make it in politics. Mm-hmm. That is one thing I can say. I've seen it in most cases. Like we are not supporting each other, of which personally I can say if I'm fully supported by my fellow women, I think women can do such a good job than the other gender.
Just to catch on that, you say that it is indeed true that women do not support each other.
Yeah.
Now that you're a leader, now that you're a woman leader, what are you doing about it to ensure that your fellow women are supporting you, or that your fellow women are looking up to you and following your steps?
Yeah, what I can say, I'm vying to be a leader, of course. And so I've tried to talk to a lot of them and convincing them and giving them the right, trying to convince them and at least giving them a way of seeing to it that we as women can make it in politics. Yeah.
Don't you think convincing them alone isn't enough? Because you might convince someone and then, you know, the decision lies with them. What is it? What effort have you made for this one to succeed?
I can say one, like here in school, you know, yes, it is a bit hard to convince someone that a woman can manage that work in
Why?
politics.
Why?
Eh?
Why? Why is it hard to convince someone that a woman can do well or can thrive in politics?
You know, this has been the mentality in most of us.
Yeah.
Men are unable. Like here in school, when we say maybe a woman can be the president, most people will say that is not, it cannot happen, of which, according to me, it can. Yeah. So what you are trying to do is talking to ladies, empowering them, holding meetings, and showing them that this thing can be managed by women too.
Okay.
Yeah.
On that note, to Kibet,
Yes.
what do you think of all the things that Jacky has said,
Yes.
that women cannot manage, all the things that she has said? What have you got to say?
Yes, I agree with Jacqueline Mwende on the very one thing that I must mention that she mentioned. We got many people, the mentality that women cannot lead. Why? The question is, when you ask why do we have the mentality that women cannot lead, maybe I can say that in the past, or let's say given by our history, very few ladies have been participating in politics. But when we have many ladies participating in politics, it means that we will be trying to change the narrative. For us men who have been in politics and young men, we are trying to come together with ladies and come with structural ways that we are going to see that indeed we are supporting ladies, and not just ladies who have the capacity, ladies who can deliver. We cannot just tone down this conversation to women and politics, but you know, in politics you will as well need good leadership skills. So we are picking those ladies that have demonstrated and are on record of doing it. For instance, I'm going to use a very good example in Kenya. We elected 47 women representatives. I don't know if you have done your homework well, but very few of them have represented the people to what they were supposed to. But many of them, I can say, have deviated. And one thing that I must mention is that maybe these people need skills. They need many forums that will earn them experience. But for me, and in my part, I can say that with the few ladies that have been with them, it's not, for instance, the elections that we are going to have very soon in the institute. I know many questions will arise, but we are trying to make a way that we are going to mentor more ladies that are going to come to the spectrum, to the political spectrum, which means that we must have correct ways, we must schedule well, we must plan, and we must make very good platforms for these ladies like Jacky, so that when we say we want a lady who is a president, indeed she will be a person of capacity and will be able to lead the ladies.
Funnily enough, you just answered the next question I was to ask you, which is how have you supported women leadership? That is perfectly answered.
Thank you.
Brenda?
It has amazed me because I have noted some few points. First of all, viewer and listener, from the past few minutes we've been talking, it has been said that history affects the issue of women and politics, of which each and every one of you can trace to that. And then we've also learned that our men out here are ready to do something for the ladies. They are ready to mentor us. And also another thing I have noted is that you have to plan and schedule well. So these things go hand in hand. Yeah.
True.
Next question.
I I know everything that happens has constraints.
Yes.
So, what are some of the challenges you've faced in your way or in your endeavors to support women leadership?
Thank you for that again. One thing that I must mention is men chauvinism and the ladies failing to support one another. You see, for us men, as I've said, for me to support a lady, I'm not interested about many things. I'll be interested about the capacity and the urge of the person to deliver the leadership skills of a person. Yes, we will find men talks saying that ladies have not yet reached there. To some extent it can be true, but as a person, what are you doing? For you must have a person or a lady that you are mentoring, so that in future when that person is given that particular seat or that particular space to serve and she's a lady, she will be able to deliver, and it will be a very good a platform for you to prove to those people who never believed in a person that maybe you fronted. But back to what I had mentioned, you must really plan, you must have a structure. This one is politics. We are not in a church leadership. When this one is, you hit hard, so you must plan very well, and it is not something that you just wake up and say, I'm supporting this lady. No, there are very many things that you must consider, you must experience on the ground. We start with very small roles that we give to these ladies, and in future, you know, when you those small things, when they are put together, they come out very well. So yeah, we are just getting started, and I believe in future, or sometimes when we come here, I'll not be coming with Jacqueline as my deputy. Maybe Jacqueline will be coming with someone else as who I believe it will be a man as her deputy, and that is what we want to lead to. Right now we are just trying to make ways, creating the stepping stones that is going to allow and give more women platforms to lead. We must create, we are not just going to push them there. We must show them the way and give them structural ways that when these ladies will be given chances, they will have the authority, the mandate, and the charisma to lead very well.
Okay.
Nice.
Yes.
That was a very good one, and it's today we have a very wise leader in the house. Like, I'm trying to relate whatever he's saying with some things in the Bible. Like, you realize that the man, a man is always the head of the family.
True.
And from his words, his words depicts the same thing, because he said that they are here to show us the way.
I accept.
If indeed we do that, then the women can be in a better position. Now, if I go to my sister Jacqueline and ask her, before she made that step of aspiring to be a leader, there are some of the challenges she went through. People talking here and there, some hard times, people telling you will never manage it, you can't try it. But despite all those, you moved forward and said, this is what I want and I'll go for it. What are some of the challenges you went through?
Of course, as a leader, you must expect some challenges, but you must be strong enough. A lot has been said, people have talked. Yeah, a lot has been said, but you know, as a leader, you have to take everything positively. The first thing,
because it's a journey.
Yes, sorry to cut you short. Back to that matter. You know, it is true that ladies face a lot of challenges in politics. For instance, we can use her case. It has not been a walk in the park. When I decided, for instance, the politics of this school, that she's going to be my running mate, a lot was said. A lot of stones were thrown to her. But that one was from me. For me, as I had mentioned earlier, for us who have been in this space for some time, and let's say the environment tends to favor us, it is now upon us to make sure we are protecting these ladies. We must use the same skills that when others are trying to fight us, use the same skills to protect these ladies in politics, because again, politics is not for the faint-hearted. Again, as she said, you have to be a leader. When a stone is thrown to you, use that stone to build yourself. For her, I've seen and I've been part of her journey in politics, not just in Kenya, as is being seen right now, but we can trace our political prowess with her in a way back. So one thing I must say, that for us that we really want to support ladies, we must show that, and we must prove that one through actions. When she's being fought, I must come on board and protect her in public, because this one again is not a church whereby things are going to be done in a way whereby we humble ourselves. This one we must come out and protect. We must protect that in the limelight. We must not hide. When we do these things behind the scenes, then for us that will be saying we are supporting them, we will be lying to the people. Let us show that in public by our actions. Yes.
And on that, I've just remembered something. Someone once said that leadership is taken. You're not given. So, I want to hear from the horse's mouth. What do they have to say about this?
Yeah. Everyone wants to be a leader.
Exactly.
And no one wants to be on the losing side. It is always good to be on the winning side.
Yeah.
One thing that I'm going again to mention, we are living in a man-eat-man society.
Yeah.
You hear that?
I get it.
A man-eat-man society.
Yeah.
When someone is going to knock you and you keep quiet, he will step on you. And finally, one thing that everyone says, who has won, not who has been stepped upon.
Yeah.
But at a personal level, for me, I know we do not have a loser in politics. It is that we are learning. But because we must always win, you must be tough, you must go for it, you must show in fact, it is determination that proves it all. When you are very much determined, it means that you are going to take it.
Yeah.
You are not going to be given. You must seek for this support from those people that you want them to support you. Yeah, that is it.
In addition to that, one thing my mentor always tell me, Jacky, success comes in private, but failure slaps out in public. So, as a leader, you should be strong enough and just know that this leadership, we all want to be leaders. Everyone wants to be a leader, of which we always say it is a call, but in a way, you can also emerge. You cannot. It cannot be a call. Actually, someone can emerge and become the best from nowhere. So what I can say, leadership is all about determination and being focused in what you're doing and believing that you can be a leader.
A few things that have grasped from this communication. Leadership is not for the faint-hearted. Determination. Success comes in private. Back to our guest, I'll start with the Kibet. What is your advice to the fellow men out there?
One thing that I must let me start by saying this: women have demonstrated that when given chances, they can do very well. For instance, we have just recently in the most neighboring country, Tanzania, we have a female president, Suluhu. Earlier on, as early as 2010 in Liberia, we had Salif Johnson. She was a female. And very many countries. In 2013, 2014 in the US, we saw a lady who was vying to be the president. That one was a very bold step. It is not an easy thing to do. So to men, they should learn from those ladies that have been given opportunities and done their best. They should also look for young aspiring leaders who are ladies, because it is good when it starts better at an earlier place. So for those all leaders, they should find those ladies that they believe. They should not just use an assumption that when these women are given chances, they are going to ruin things. Have the best, mentor the best, and you'll see the fruits of this. It is not just a talk. It is something that is practical.
Amazing.
Try it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Should I call it stereotypism? Men, avoid being a stereotype. Women can do it.
Yes.
You've seen it and it's
Yeah.
there. We
Yes.
have evidence.
Yes.
I don't know what Jacky has got to say about this matter.
What I can just tell the ladies, starting with me, let us empower each other. This thing, it is not meant for the men, and men are here to support us. So we as ladies, we should even move closer to men so that we can get some tips on how we can become better. Like they can share the skills to us as women. So I can just tell my fellow ladies, women, let us try this, let us do this. I'm sure we can make it.
Ladies, we can all make it, as Jacky has said. And the main thing, let's support each other. I don't know whether, Brenda, you have something to say.
It's been a nice discussion. You've heard everything that has been said. First of all, you have to believe in yourself. Men outside there, just remove that stereotypism from you. And the women, let's support one another. Help a sister to build a sister. That's what I can say.
And that is what men do.
Sure.
Support each other.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, yes.
I
Learn
know
from men.
it's difficult. As he said, ladies, learn from the men. As we wrap up, what do you have to say?
Thank you. I'd like to thank you people for giving me this platform. I hope I get a chance next time. Again. So, to our ladies, it has been a very good discussion. I hope you heard what has been discussed here. Come on board, have sides in politics. Politics is not, it is no longer a men-dominated spectrum. We now have very many ladies. Go and vie for those positions with men. Do not wait to be given. Go and compete with men, sell your manifesto, be realistic, be real. Do not fear, venture into the field, and you'll see greatness. Look for great mentors. She just mentioned a mentor. Even if it is not, it must not be a lady. Look for those people that can really hold your hands and mentor you. It is possible. I repeat again, it is practical. It can be put into practice. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, in addition to what you said, I can say, yeah, it is true. Let us find mentors who can help us in one way or the other so that we can also venture into politics, we as ladies. Yeah, personally, I have another mentor who is a man, and I think that man has really mentored me to this stage that I am. And yeah, I can just say, let us move closer to men. These people got a lot of skills and tips on how to becoming good leaders in future. Yeah, that is what I can say.
Amazing, amazing. Just amazing. If I add something, I'll be spoiling the amazing things that you guys have said. I just want to thank you guys for coming and creating time to join us in this platform. And as we said, Nina power.
Yeah, woman power. You have
Woman
to
power.
venture into that. Thank you very much, viewer and listener. And that brings us to an end of our discussion today, whereby we were looking at women and politics and we engaged the youngsters. Thanks for taking part, my guest. I appreciate. I hope to meet you next time again. And to the viewer and the listener out there, remember, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a step. Till we meet next. Thank you and bye.